Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to learn the process of finding the width of a rectangular path. This width of a rectangular path given little information. So let us say we have here this green one. It is a rectangular garden and its length is 40 feet and the width is 35 feet. And the total area means it is the area of a garden plus this rectangular pathway. Sum of these two, the total area is 2250. So the question is, what is the width of this path? This width is equal to how much? Well, here, or it's all uniform rectangular path. So you are looking for the width of this path. So let us assume that the width of the path is x feet. This width, let us say that x feet. Let the width is equal to x feet we have. Now, let us try to find the length of this bigger rectangle, or I can also call it as outer rectangle, is how much, and also what is its width, because I know the area of that rectangle, that area of the big rectangle, they gave us 2250. So let us try to write the length and width in terms of x and then multiply those two and equate it to the area. I'll show you in a minute. So, can we find this length of the bigger rectangle? Already you know that a part of that has to be 40, but it is stretched on either side, on both the sides. I'll show you this line. Let us say this is the length. I'm bringing it down to just figure out what is its measure. Now you know that from this point over here to there, that's how much? Already you know that this value is 40, and that width here it is x, there also it is a x. So that length L is going to be 40 plus x plus x. That gives you how much? So the length L is equal to 40 plus 1x plus 1x is 2x, alright, 2x. And I can also write it as, in general we write x terms first. So the length of this outer rectangle is 2x plus 40 feet, right? Similarly, we'll do like, okay, let me take this back here. That was my length, and you know that it is equal to 40 plus 2x or 2x plus 40, same thing, using that commutative property. And then this for the width, do the same thing. That is 35 is a part of it. From this end to there, it is 35. To that 35, one x is added here and another x added up there. Okay. So that gives you how much? 35. The width W is equal to 35 plus x plus x. That is 2x plus 35. Right? So my width is equal to 2x plus 35. So in this big rectangle, which is the sum of the what? It is the sum of the rectangular garden and this rectangular path together is 2250. That is my area, and I have my length and width. So you know that on multiplication of the length with width, we get an area of a rectangle. Alright. So let us form an equation utilizing this length that is obtained, which is 40 plus 2x, or I'll write 2x plus 40 times the width is how much? This width was 2x plus 35, or 35 plus 2x, same thing. So 2x plus 35 feet, that is the width of the rectangle, and the area of the whole thing is how much? 2250 square feet. So length times width, feet times feet, that is a square feet. So I'll just remove the units there for our simplification. All right. Now these two are what? They are the linear equations, and we can multiply them using distributive property. Okay, so I'll take 2x, multiply with 2x. Then again I'll take the 2x and multiply with 35 and find that product. So first step, what do you get? 2x times 2x. 2 times 2 is 4, and x times x square. Plus 2x times 35. That is 2 times 35 gives me 70. So I'll write 70x. Then I am done with 2x. 2x distributed with 2x and 35. Then take 40, the next term. I'll take 40 and multiply with 2x. So 40 times 2. 40 times 2 gives us 80. I'll write down 80, and also there is a x. So 80x plus 40 times 35. 40 times 35, how much? 4 times 5 is 20, carries 2, and 12 plus 2 is 14, and one more 0 here, this 0. So 1400 is the product of 40 times 35. And on the right hand side, I have 2250. Alright. So simple multiplication. And the most important, the key here is this, figuring out what is the length, what is this outer length and outer width. Once you have that outer length and width, you can just multiply those two and go from there. Okay, so now let us simplify. 4x square and 70x and 80x are the like terms. Add them up to give you 150x. Plus, here what I can do is, I want to get a 0 on the right hand side, right? A standard form of a quadratic equation is, you know that it is what? Ax square plus bx plus c, that is equal to 0. So we'll just do up that step here. I can subtract 2250 on the right hand side. So do the same thing on the left hand side also. So on subtracting that, this got cancelled on the right hand side. Now 1400 minus 2250 gives you how much? It is 850 here. 2250 minus 1400, that is 0, 5 and 8. 850, that is equal to 0. So remember, I subtracted this 2250 from 1400, and that should give us a negative number. Bigger number is negative, so subtract, just a minus sign. Sorry, it is, we'll verify with the calculator. 1400 minus 2250 is how much? 850 with a negative sign. Alright. Now you got your standard form of this quadratic equation. We have to simplify, and that is find the factors, and thereby you can get the value of x. So before looking for factors, see if any greatest common factor is there in these three terms, and that can be cancelled off. Because of the 0 on the right hand side, you can just cancel any greatest common numerical factor, right? So this is 4 150 and 850. 4 cannot divide those two numbers, but 2 divides, right? So let us divide everything by 2. All these 3 terms, including 0 on the right hand side, by following the property of dividing all the terms on the left hand side and right hand side by 2. So tell me, what do you get? 4x square divided 2 gives you 2x square, right? 4 divided 2 is 2. Plus 150 divided 2 is 75 and x. Minus 850 divided 2. Half of 850 is 425. And on the right hand side, 0 divided 2 is 0. Alright. Now identify your A, that is 2. B is 75. And C is equal to negative 425. We are comparing with that standard form of ax square plus bx plus c. These are the thing you got. Now, what is the next step? Because your a is greater than 1, I'll have to find the product of a with c. A times c, that is 2 times negative 425 to give you negative 850. So, the product is that much, 850, and sum is 75. So, let us just follow this method that we call as X method, or just my sum is how much? The sum is 75. The sum negative 850 is the product. So give me two numbers whose sum is 75 and the product is 850. The numbers are big but not complicated, right? 850, right away you can see that 85 times 10, right? 85 times 10 is 850. And 85 minus 10 is 75. Here it's quickly you could get those factors. Sometimes you may have to just break it down further, and if you just play around with the factors, you will get your required numbers. So definitely these two are my numbers whose sum is going to be 75. How do you get it? 85, all right. Positive 85 and negative 10. So 85 plus negative 10 gives me 75. And multiply those two gives you negative 850. So we are good. Those are the two numbers that I need. Right? Now, what do you do next? We know that this 75 has to be, that is, we have to split that into like this. 85 and negative 10. That is 75, break it down or separate into these two numbers. Then you can take the common factor and simplify. Alright. So let me do that. Here this becomes 2x square. 75 is changed to 85x minus 10x. Right? 85 minus 10 is 75 only. Nothing is changed. We just, for our convenience to break it down into factors, we just did that. Minus 425 also, I am copying this 425. So that is my quadratic equation, and you got 4 terms. Let us take common factors from two terms at a time. Okay. So what is the common factor between 2x square and 85x? I don't have a numerical factor, common factor, but x is here in those two, x and x. So I can take out that x. So take out that x as a common factor, leaving behind. So what do you get? 2x square divide x. 2x square over x gives me just 2x. So I'll write here 2x. There is a plus. I'll write plus. Now 85x divide x. X and x gone. 85 is your number, that leftover factor. So 2x square plus 85x is separated as x times 2x plus 85. Verify. X times 2x is 2x square and x times 85 is 85x. Nice. Now, between the third and fourth term, what do you see common factor? 10 and 425. So 10 and 5 divides both of them, right? 5 divides 10 and 5 divides 425. And with a negative sign, they both have negative sign. So let us just divide by negative 5. So on doing that, I'll write a minus sign here. Don't forget that negative 5. 5 is not just 5 with a negative sign. Times 10, negative 10 divided negative 5 gives you a 2, and also there is a x. I have to copy that x also. And then negative 425 divide negative 5. Negative gone becomes plus. How much is this? Again, 5 can divide 40 to 8 times, and then 25, that is 5. Let us verify using a calculator. 425, negative 425 divide negative 5. How much? 85, right? So now at this point, we are seeing that we have that 4 terms from that algebraic expression or the quadratic equation. They are separated into like 2 terms, in fact, which are the products, like x times 2x plus 85 minus 5 times 2x plus 85. So we are seeing 2x plus 85 inside the parenthesis. So while simplifying, make sure that when you take out these factors like this, at this point, inside the parenthesis, both my terms must be the same, including the positive negative sign. Suppose if you don't get the same quantities here, somewhere something went wrong. So therefore you should go back and verify your simplifications and all that calculations, etc. Now the 2x plus 85, I can just take it out as a common factor between these two terms. So therefore I'll write 2x plus 85, right? 2x plus 85 is the common factor between these two terms. Now from this whole thing, if you remove 2x plus 85, what is left is just x there. This x comes over here. And in the second term, this 2x plus 85 is taken out, leaving behind only a negative 5. And on the right hand side, you have a 0. Now using that 0 product property, these two factors, see, we are there almost like 2x plus 85 is equal to 0 and x minus 5 is equal to 0, right? Then solve for x. How do you do for x here? Take away 85 on both sides to give you 2x is equal to negative 85, because these two are cancelled off. Now divide by 2. So to give you x is equal to negative 42.5. And here, adding 5 on both sides for my second factor. X minus 5 is equal to 0. So add 5 so that this 5 got cancelled. Gives me x is equal to 5. Okay. So now your answer is x is equal to, your x is equal to negative 42.5 or x is equal to 5. And the beginning of the problem, we assumed that x is the width of the path. And the width has to be a positive number, right? It's a positive value. It cannot be negative. Therefore, we'll ignore this negative value, but take only the positive value of x, that is 5. So the width of the path is equal to 5 feet. That is your answer. Alright. So let me go back here and check it out. This one, 40 plus 2 times 5, that is 2 times 5 is 10. So 40 plus 10 is 50 here, and there 35 plus 10, 45. So 50 times 45, multiply and see. 50 times 45 gives me 2250. See, that is the same thing there, right? It's 2250. All right. That is, everything is correct what we did. And this is the whole process to find the width of a rectangular path. Okay. So nothing, just start from this x, get the outer length, outer width, multiply carefully, like after getting the length and width using distributive property, multiply and solve it for the value of x. And remember, take only the positive x values. Okay. Please take numbers of your own, take some length and width of your own, and then get an area and try to figure out and do a problem by yourself. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for watching.